Have you ever wondered why the people we love the most can also hurt us the most? Why someone can seem absolutely perfect in the beginning, only to become the source of our deepest frustrations later on? Why the same arguments seem to repeat themselves, no matter who we're dating? Or why certain people trigger emotions in us that feel far stronger than the situation actually deserves? According to the famous Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, the answer may lie in something hidden deep within us. Something he called the shadow. And understanding this shadow could completely change the way you see love, relationships, heartbreak, and even yourself. Most people believe relationships are about finding the right person. Jung believed relationships are also about discovering the parts of ourselves that we have never fully faced, because hidden beneath every attraction, every conflict, every heartbreak, and every emotional trigger is a psychological force operating quietly in the background. A force that most people never notice. The shadow. To understand the shadow, we must first understand how it is created. When we are children, we learn very quickly which parts of ourselves are accepted and which parts are rejected. Maybe you were praised for being obedient, so you learned to hide your rebellious side. Maybe you were taught that expressing anger was wrong, so you pushed your anger deep inside. Perhaps you were told that crying was a sign of weakness, so you learned to suppress sadness. Over time, we build an identity. We create an image of who we think we are. I am kind. I am strong. I am responsible. I am calm. But what happens to the parts that don't fit that image? They don't disappear. They sink into the unconscious. They become part of the shadow. The shadow is everything about yourself that you reject, deny, suppress, or refuse to acknowledge. And here's where relationships become interesting, because relationships have a way of bringing the shadow into the light. Imagine meeting someone for the first time. The chemistry is incredible. You feel understood. You feel seen. You think you've finally found the person you've been searching for. Everything about them seems special. Their smile, their voice, their personality, even their flaws appear charming. This stage is often called the honeymoon phase. But Jung saw something deeper happening. He believed that during intense attraction, we often project unconscious parts of ourselves onto another person. In simple terms, we fall in love not only with who they are, but also with who we imagine them to be. We project our dreams, desires, and hidden qualities onto them. We see our own unconscious reflected back at us. This is why early love can feel magical. It feels larger than life, but eventually, reality arrives. The projection begins to fade. The person we thought was perfect suddenly becomes human. We notice flaws. Differences emerge. Conflicts begin. And this is where many relationships enter dangerous territory, because now the shadow begins to reveal itself. Let's say a woman spends her entire life trying to be agreeable. She avoids conflict at all costs. She wants everyone to like her. Then she falls in love with a man who speaks his mind without hesitation. At first, she admires his confidence. She finds it attractive, but after a while, that same confidence begins to irritate her. She sees him as rude, aggressive, insensitive. What changed? Did he change? Or did something within her begin to surface? Perhaps she has spent years suppressing her own ability to be assertive. Perhaps she secretly wishes she could speak her mind. The quality she admires and later resents may actually be a hidden part of herself, a shadow she has never fully embraced. Now consider another example. Imagine a hard-working man who prides himself on discipline. He wakes up early, he works long hours, he constantly pushes himself. Then he begins dating someone who enjoys relaxing, someone who knows how to rest, someone who doesn't feel guilty about taking a break. At first, he finds her carefree nature refreshing, but over time, irritation grows. He accuses her of being lazy, unmotivated, irresponsible, yet beneath that frustration may be a hidden truth. Part of him longs for rest. Part of him is exhausted. Part of him envies the freedom she possesses. But because he refuses to acknowledge that need within himself, he attacks it when he sees it in her. This is one of the most important lessons Jung taught. What we strongly dislike in others often contains clues about ourselves. That doesn't mean every criticism is projection. Sometimes people genuinely behave badly, but when our emotional reactions are unusually intense, it is worth asking a question. What exactly is being triggered inside me? The answer might reveal a hidden part of your shadow. The shadow doesn't only contain negative traits. This is something many people misunderstand. The shadow also contains hidden strengths, hidden talents, hidden potential. Have you ever met someone and instantly admired them? Perhaps they were confident, creative, fearless, charismatic, independent. You couldn't stop thinking about them. You wanted what they had. Jung believed that sometimes this admiration points toward qualities buried within ourselves. The traits we admire most in others may be traits we have never allowed ourselves to develop. The shadow contains both darkness and light, both weakness and power, and relationships have a unique ability to reveal both. This is one reason breakups can be so devastating. Most people think they are only grieving the loss of another person, but often they are grieving much more. When a relationship ends, the projections we placed onto that person collapse. The future we imagined disappears. The hidden parts of ourselves that we attach to them suddenly feel lost, and that pain can be overwhelming. Yet heartbreak also presents an opportunity to ask difficult questions. What was I really seeking in this relationship? What needs was I trying to fulfill? What parts of myself did I place in someone else's hands? These questions can be uncomfortable, but they can also lead to profound growth. The truth is that many people spend their entire lives running from their shadows. They blame every failed relationship on bad luck, on toxic partners, on circumstances. And while those factors can certainly play a role, they often overlook the one person who appears in every relationship they've ever had: themselves. Until we understand our shadow, we often repeat the same patterns over and over again. Different faces, different names, same wounds, same conflicts, same outcomes. Jung believed that genuine maturity begins when we stop asking, "What's wrong with them?" and start asking, "What is this situation revealing about me?" That question changes everything, because the purpose of the shadow is not to shame us. The purpose of the shadow is to make us whole. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. A person who acknowledges their anger becomes less controlled by it. A person who acknowledges their fears becomes braver. A person who accepts their weaknesses becomes stronger. The shadow loses its power when it is brought into the light. This is why self-awareness is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess, not because they are flawless, but because they are honest. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and they take responsibility for both. Imagine how different relationships would be if more people did this. Instead of immediately blaming their partner, they would first look inward. Instead of denying uncomfortable emotions, they would explore them. Instead of running from their shadow, they would learn from it. Conflicts would become opportunities for growth. Pain would become a teacher. Relationships would become pathways to self-discovery. This doesn't mean accepting abuse. It doesn't mean staying in unhealthy situations. And it doesn't mean every problem is your fault. It simply means recognizing that every relationship contains valuable information about who you are. The people closest to us often reveal the parts of ourselves we cannot see alone. That is why love can be so beautiful and so painful. It exposes us, it challenges us, it forces us to confront truths we might otherwise avoid. And perhaps that is why Jung believed relationships are among the most powerful tools for psychological growth, because through another person, we encounter ourselves. Not the image we present to the world, not the version we want others to see, but the deeper self hidden beneath the surface, the self that longs to be understood, the self that longs to become whole. So the next time someone triggers you, disappoints you, or evokes a powerful emotional reaction, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what part of me is being reflected here? What am I refusing to see? What is this experience trying to teach me? You may discover that the greatest lessons in your relationships have never been about changing someone else. They've been about understanding yourself. Because sometimes the person standing in front of you is not merely a partner, not merely an ex, not merely a source of joy or pain. Sometimes they are a mirror, and within that mirror lies the shadow, waiting to be seen, waiting to be understood, waiting to transform you. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep insights into psychology, human behavior, relationships, and the hidden ideas of Carl Jung, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And in the comments, tell us, what is one trait in other people that triggers you the most? And what do you think it might reveal about your own shadow? Your answer might be the beginning of a powerful journey of self-discovery. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.